Hey guys, Jill and I are back with some more What's Up Wonderland.
Hey everybody,
First,
welcome back.
yeah, and first things first, welcome to a new year.
I know it's already
Jill, what's
it's
up?
something.
What's going
I,
on?
it's crazy. I doesn't feel like January 2026. It really doesn't to me. Like I tell people, I don't know what month it feels like, but definitely not 2026. Like this is
I
crazy.
know. And we say it every year,
We
right?
do. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we definitely do. But yeah, I'm excited for this year. I'm especially excited because, obviously we have obviously our personal lives. There's so much happening, but also Disney has so much happening this year. And I can't wait to talk
Yes,
about that today.
absolutely. So 2026 is shaping up to be like a really big monumental year, to say the least,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Super exciting stuff. But it's also us having to say goodbye to those nostalgia feels. So it's a bittersweet thing that we're going to be experiencing this year. And we're going to delve deep into that topic, for sure when we
Yes.
cover each of the things that are coming,
Yeah.
changing, to Walt Disney World here in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely going to be a bittersweet. But, I understand why we need some updates, right? I mean, if we didn't have Disney updates, our park experience would be so redundant. So, I mean, it makes sense, right?
It's nostalgic for us, because we obviously grew up with some of these things. But however, we need to keep the door open for the newer generation to let them have their nostalgic moments. Let them have something that they grew up with as kids, in the parks that they can have and enjoy, and then, pass on those memories to their kids when the time comes.
Yeah, adaptive, right? Adaptive.
Attractive. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
And so the one thing that comes to my mind for the generation now, the younger generation now, Zootopia is really big. Okay, Zootopia 2 just came out, and I have to
Hmm.
say that is the cutest movie. I'm not a fan of like sequels, but I'll tell you
Sure.
Zootopia 2 is spectacular. Okay, I dig that entire movie beginning to end. It's awesome.
Yes. Yeah, same. We went we're like, let's go bring our niece and nephew and, our in-laws and friends. Let's go see this
Yeah.
movie. And I kid you not, I think the adults were laughing way more than the
Yes.
kids were because it was
Yeah.
so entertaining and awesome.
Yeah, you're right for both demographics. Yeah, it's a cute movie. So let's start with Animal Kingdom and get into that edition. It came in at the end of 2025, but let's
Yeah.
let's just kind of mention it a little bit. Zootopia, Better Zootopia, right?
Yeah.
It's that new show that came to the Tree of Life Theater.
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's a show that I haven't personally been able to experience, but some of my family members have, and they say it got the facelift it needed. They are really happy with this new show. The
Yeah.
adults and the kids are both very happy. Not that there was anything wrong with the show that used to be there. It's tough to be a bug from, Bug's Life. We
Mhm.
loved that show. That was a great, again, nostalgic show. However, it is it's been facelifted. It has a facelift.
Yeah.
It's new, it's updated, it's,
Yes.
it's adapting to the times that we are
Exactly.
now living in with enjoying the Zootopia universe.
Yeah, no, it's super cute. It's this that immersive 4D show. It did replace like you said, it's tough to be a bug, but the animatronics really need some TLC. So it's good to see that. And it was a welcomed facelift. I particularly was happy with this change, right? Some changes I'm not so, fond of. But what was really fun with Zootopia Better Together is they also brought in new meet and greets.
Yeah.
So with those new meet and greet interactions, it replaced Doug and Russell from Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, again, we're just kind of adding things to the park, right? That are tailored to your younger demographics, and I'm sure the children are just thrilled to see Zootopia within Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. What better fit? The animals
Exactly.
all throughout. Zootopia universe in our beloved Animal Kingdom. It just makes
Mhm.
perfect sense.
Right. And Joe, we were talking about this before we started recording, but Dino Land USA, okay, that
Yeah,
closure and transition, that's
yeah,
coming.
yeah.
What's happening?
So obviously, we know that a big portion of Dinoland USA has already closed. It closed in 2025.
Right.
And you had the Triceratops spin, you had that little arcade area, you had, Chip and Dale meet and greet when they were dressed up in their dino costumes,
Yep.
you know. Yeah,
I
you had
loved this area. I mean, it was
it,
Dino Land was a great area for me. I mean, my kids loved that area growing up.
yeah, it was awesome. However, I get it. It is time to let the dinosaurs sadly be extinct. I understand. They are going to be officially closing the dinosaur ride the beginning of February. And so
Yeah.
we're at the countdown, guys. We're
Yeah.
weak.
Yeah, like February 2nd is the
Yes,
close date.
yes. So we're super bummed, obviously. I was talking to Bree before this episode. I'm hoping to make my way over to at least ride the dinosaur ride one more time before it officially closes down. I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. Animal Kingdom closes early, and I obviously have a job I have to do in order to
Right.
pay for
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
Disney habit. It really was one of those um, rides that I grew up with. I will never forget. uh,
Yep.
like side note story, like my we went to Animal Kingdom for the first time, family trip, and my mom and I were the only ones going to go on Dinosaur. And we're like, okay, let's go. We've never been on this before, whatever. And it's newer at the time. So it's like, it's scary and all that stuff, but I was enjoying it. I had such a good time. And then where the photo op is during the ride, where the T-Rex comes out at you and they take
Yep.
your reaction photo. I
With
never
that
got
big old flash.
Exactly. I never got to see the T-Rex because my mom, in protective mom mode, took me, pushed me down, and you see
Oh,
her so scared in the photo. I wish I had it to this day. I don't have it. But she
uh,
pushed me down. It looks like I never rode the ride because I'm not in the photo whatsoever. She like you just see her like mama bear, protective mode.
that
She's
is so
reacting to
funny.
this dinosaur. But like see
Right.
those memories. Like obviously this is a memory that I get to cherish and I love this dinosaur ride. But
Hmm.
I understand why there's the newer stuff coming. We have obviously the tropical Americas are coming to replace this area in Dinoland,
Hmm.
USA. So they're going to have, Encanto, they're going to have Indiana Jones take over where Dinosaur is. And Indiana Jones is a classic. It's
Yes.
every generation gets introduced into Indiana Jones and they absolutely love it. So I
Yeah.
understand why they're bringing it from Disneyland. Disneyland has the same ride sequence as Dinosaur. So
Hmm.
that's why they're bringing it over to us here in Orlando, Florida.
And I think this is the perfect mix of updating the park to things that tailor to the older generation, but also to the newer generation. It's that
Right.
perfect mix that I think it's going to be a good thing in replace of Dino Land.
Yeah.
We have these key memories, but with Disney Entertainment also evolving year after year with new um, movies that we're getting now. I get it. It's going to be really, really nice to see these two new lands with their attractions. Animal Kingdom was feeling like the most relaxed park, right?
Yeah.
It was the most chill, tranquil. It's mostly about the animals. You had your select attractions there. So, I mean, I'm really curious to see what the traffic's going to be like in Animal Kingdom because the hype in Animal Kingdom now, it very well could, you know, completely shift with these two new
Yeah.
lands opening. So I'm kind of curious to see, 2027 what it's going to feel like. And it's probably going to feel like a whole new park, I imagine.
Yeah, I would imagine too, because I remember back in the day when Pandora opened in Animal
Right,
Kingdom, it was
exactly.
so busy. Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
going to be like that on like a more grander scale.
Right, exactly. No, I think it'll be a good thing, obviously, because at the end of the day, we love Animal Kingdom. But, obviously I get it from even a business perspective. I hate to take that point of view, but let's think of it from a business perspective too. You have um this park that is loved and people do love it, but not many people are buying lightning lanes for Animal Kingdom, because it's
Right.
at the end of the day, you can do this park in a half, like as far as ride focus go, with the limited rides that they have, you could do it in a half day. So
Mm-hmm.
why bother purchasing lightning lanes? But now from a business perspective, where it's like, okay, let's add these new things are these rides, these features into this park, they're going to probably get more bang for their buck. And
Right.
I hate that that's the case, but at the end of the day, I get it. Business is business,
Mm-hmm.
but also we get to reap the benefits at the end of the day from it as well. We get to enjoy these beautiful things that they're bringing in order for us to create new, wonderful, magical memories.
Exactly. And so we're highlighting the year of 2026 specifically. So here's the downside to, you know, a grand future. Here's what 2026 is going to look like.
Right.
Most likely, you're going to be seeing those those construction walls, right? Where Dino Land once stood. It's going to be a big area closed off. You won't be getting new rides opening in Animal Kingdom not this year, but you can
Right.
see that land. It will be taking shape eventually.
Right.
And then you've got your Harambe Market in the Africa area, right?
Mhm.
It does have a temporary closure and a refurbishment that's set for early 2026. So
Right.
that's going to be a fun little downgrade for the year. But so guests, unfortunately, this just makes you plan other dining spots around the park due to those closures. Um, Pretty much half of the first half of the year.
Yeah, yeah. It just goes to show you that, when you're planning your Walt Disney World vacation, when you hope to get to do these things, you hope to expect to do these things, and Disney may have other plans. They may be like, well, sadly, you won't be able to experience Harambe,
Mm,
the Harambe market as most as you wanted to. So just be adaptable. Be adaptable if
right.
you can when it comes
Plan
to that.
accordingly.
Yeah, plan accordingly as far as rides go, or photo ops, dining, whatever. Just have plan Bs. But I know there's like stuff that people can do still in Animal Kingdom, which is, it's a great park. It's a beautiful park that guests can still go and enjoy with their families.
Sure.
I know we mentioned it briefly, the Pandora World of Avatar. We just had the newest Avatar movie come out, Fire and Ash. And if you're in that Avatar mood, you're like, I'm on this Avatar, high right
Era.
now. Era, this era, you get to enjoy Pandora both during the day is beautiful and at nighttime. If the park's
Yes.
open after sunset, it is extremely beautiful.
Yes.
There's a couple of rides there. There's places to eat. You get to enjoy that wonderful section of Animal Kingdom and feel like you've been transported to the land
Mm-hmm.
of Pandora. It is awesome.
Yes. Pandora is fabulous at night. Want to talk about like a whole new world? I mean, you are literally transported when you're walking Pandora at night. It's the
Yeah.
coolest thing.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I will say too, another thing to enjoy at Animal Kingdom still is the Kilimanjaro safaris.
Mm-hmm.
People is that Animal Kingdom, you have to know, is the biggest park at Walt Disney World because of the amount of land they have for
Yeah.
these animals. So
The
you can
Serengeti.
go and yeah, it's so
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. It's so cool. You can go on to these Kilimanjaro safaris. I highly recommend if you are able to, instead of rope dropping Pandora, rope drop Kilimanjaro safaris. And I will
Mm-hmm.
tell you why. There may not be a long wait. However, they're more active in the morning. You can get to see them
Yes.
feed in the morning. You get all this beautiful, like during the day, sure, you'll see animals, don't get me wrong, but they're not going to be as active.
And I like that tidbit. If you're gonna rope drop, hit up that safari as soon as you can, when you get to the parks in the mornings because, yeah, your animals are more active, and there is a very good chance that you're gonna see Lion King on his Pride Rock, right? You see all kinds of animals, but here's the cool part is you can hear them. So you
Mhm.
actually you observe them, everything's waking up, the Pride Lands are waking up, and it's such a different experience than if you catch the safari at the end of the day or, midday even.
Right.
11 o'clock forward, I mean, they start to mellow out, they're certainly walking around, but a lot of your animals are, resting as well. So
Yeah.
you see them out and about, but everyone's chill. You're in the Florida sun. You know what I mean? It's such a different atmosphere than when you catch the safari in the morning. I love
Yeah.
that tidbit you threw out there. So cool.
Yeah, especially hear me out too. Like I don't know if you plan on park hopping or whatever your day brings, but if you are a family that likes to get up early in the morning, even on vacation, like you're programmed to do it. Animal
Right.
Kingdom's the first park to open. They typically open at 7 or 8, depending on the day, and so it's like they're open the earliest. If you're already up, go have fun, and with any time before like 10:30 you're essentially rope dropping the Kilimanjaro safaris because they're literally out being active. So
Exactly.
I highly recommend doing that.
Yeah, and the safari, it's not like it's a 15-minute ride or even less
Yeah,
than that. It's not like it's
yeah,
a 6-minute ride like, Avatar's Flight of Passage. Guys, like the safari, you're on that thing for like it feels like 30, 40 minutes. It is
exactly.
so enjoyable. It's definitely not something you get on and you rush your way through. No, it is the coolest leisure drive through that Serengeti there. I think it's the coolest way to wake up in Animal Kingdom.
Absolutely. Another way you can wake up, honestly, is Expedition Everest. Talk about
Okay.
waking up
Yeah.
first thing in the morning if you wanted to.
For the ride
But
junkies,
for,
sure.
yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
the ride junkies, absolutely. So you'll still be able to experience our wonderful Expedition Everest. It is not far even from the safari. So if you want to roast out the safaris and then head on over to Expedition Everest,
Mhm.
do it. That's awesome. The roller coaster going forward, then you have the surprise of it bringing you backwards.
Right. If you find where your family is dragging you along to like rope drop Animal Kingdom and you're totally not
Mhm.
awake yet, and you're gonna hit Expedition Everest first, you will wake up by the time you get
Oh
off
yeah.
that coaster.
Yep, yep. You'll be like, okay, I guess I'll have coffee to wake me up more, but I'm already set. Like you'll be good. I still want to talk about animals because we're in Animal Kingdom. You'll still be able to enjoy the Gorilla Falls exploration trail. When I tell you, I've missed this the first couple times going to Animal Kingdom, and then my friends were like,
Okay.
"You have to go, you have to go." So I did it. Like I did
Yeah.
it a couple years ago for the first time, and when I tell you, it was awesome. Like to see
Yeah.
those gorillas up. I say up close. You're protected by glass and everything, but it's really really cool.
Oh, they get up close too.
They do.
They come and visit. They're very what's the word I'm looking
Curious,
for? Yeah, thank you. They're very curious with human. They've seen tons of visitors coming through every single day, right? So they
right?
are definitely curious to you. They come up and they greet you and they say hi. Um, you've got the gorillas. There's a couple gems in there. You've got the tigers as well. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
I love walking through the tiger area. Again, very interactive. They can be. Depends
They
what time
can
you
be.
go, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. So I say that's another thing you'll still be able to really enjoy, and you could take your time walking through this trail. The trail is, if you rush through it, you're going to get rushing through it. You'll probably get through it in like 10 minutes. And that's
Right.
saying something. So, like, you can take your time and actually enjoy this trail with you and your family.
And it's really nice. Again, like I mentioned, Animal Kingdom's one of those like low key parks. It's
Hmm.
very shaded all over the park, so it's very comfortable. in Florida's weather. When the weather starts to warm up, it's one of my favorites to and when I say warm up, I mean get real toasty, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let
No,
me
I
just
know what you mean.
clarify
Yeah,
that. Um
hiking weather. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, yeah. It's like one of, it's the go-to park to enjoy during the summer months, because it is shaded, more low key, and the trails there, you take your time through it.
Can encourage you to become an advocate for animals as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Thank you. So
yeah,
it's more definitely laid back than trying to, than a Magic Kingdom day in summer, right?
yeah.
Um what you can expect, let's just kind of summarize what Animal Kingdom's going to look like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dinoland USA is quite literally only operating until February 1st. And that's it.
Yeah,
That's all we got,
yeah,
guys. Just a
yeah,
couple more weeks.
yeah. So
Construction
great.
walls, limited access areas around the park, around your tropical Americas, you're going to see most of the year.
At the end of the day, you're gonna have a good time still at Animal Kingdom. Sure, there's going to be things that are closing. However, there are still plenty of things to do. Not we've only highlighted a few things that you can still do. There's plenty of shows you could still go and attend at Animal Kingdom. You have the Lion King. You have, you know, the a bird. I forget the bird show that you go and see. But and then they have live
The
entertainment music throughout the park.
mhm.
They
Are you
have
talking about
so
the winged creatures?
Yes, exactly. You have
Yeah,
so much options, and this is just us touching highlighting stuff that's still
right.
available for you to do. You can do
Exactly.
so much in Animal Kingdom. So don't get discouraged. Don't feel like you shouldn't go to Animal Kingdom during your 2026 visit. I highly recommend even if it's for half a day, go for half a day. Like just go and experience it because at the end of the day, at the end of the trip, you're gonna be like, I actually liked Animal Kingdom. That was a really cool park.
Exactly. Oh,
Yeah,
it's hard not to have a good time at Disney,
yeah,
regardless of what construction you might see.
exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
But I know a lot of people are asking, well, I know Animal Kingdom is having a facelift, but what about the other parks? Yes, other parks are
Okay.
definitely having the facelift too.
Yes, yes, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Let's why don't we get into Magic Kingdom?
Okay, sounds good.
How's that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Magic Kingdom, first and foremost, that's in my head. We've got to address the major change that Walt Disney World announced for that centerpiece of the park,
Mhm.
Cinderella's Castle. Okay.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is also getting a major facelift. Now that the 50th anniversary pink blue phase is like at its end, right?
Right.
Cinderella's Castle is getting repainted. That means that the project here is to bring back that classic Cinderella look
Yeah.
with those it was like a gray, cream and blue,
Yeah.
right? And touches of gold. And so I believe that starts soon, like January 28th.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm
So
wrong.
yeah. Keep that in mind when you go to take those classic Cinderella castle pics. It may look under construction, this castle, because
Yep.
it's going to have people painting and they can't sadly do it overnight when people are not in the parks. That it's going to
Mhm.
take a little time. However, when this was announced this past year at D23, it was true like the whole room was super
Mm.
stoked that the classic
Mhm.
colors were coming
Oh,
back. Like obviously the pink themed was pretty, don't get me wrong, but
I liked it. Yeah. That. Yep.
having Cinderella's classic colors is truly, truly beautiful. And I'm looking forward to it coming back. But just keep that in mind when we're telling you this because obviously we're excited about it, but keep that in mind when you want to take those classic Cinderella castle photos.
Yeah.
It may look under construction.
Yeah,
So,
this is like the castle I grew up with as a kid. No
yeah,
joke. Like, you know what I mean? This is like
yeah,
bringing back some I'm tapping into some serious childhood memories with that castle, going back to these like original, Cinderella color scheme. I am so excited for it. I do like the light blue and pink they got going on. I think it screams princess, but that castle's going to be under construction for most of 2026, guys, and there's no end date expected yet. Nothing has been announced. So,
Right.
yeah, it's going to be a major eyesore. Okay. We've
Yeah.
mentioned it before. This project is going to affect your visit. Those iconic, bucket list item pictures in front of the castle, everybody wants them. And it's going
Yeah.
to look quite different for
I'm,
2026.
I'm curious
Be
to,
prepared.
yeah, I'm also curious to know if, obviously, if you've ever been to Magic Kingdom, you've seen Main Street that they have Disney Photo Pass photographers, and there's like
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 of them on Main Street that there's different spots for you to take the picture in front of Disney's castle. I'm curious
Mm-hmm.
to see A, if they will still do that, and B, if they do that, will they do that hint of magic, aka Photoshop, in order for you to enjoy your picture? You
Sure.
know,
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that works. So stay tuned and we'll keep you updated if they do something like that in order for you to still have those beautiful memories you to look back
Mm-hmm.
on with Disney Photo Pass.
I'm sure, leave it to Disney. They're going to do something to jazz up the fact that this castle is not going to be so pretty for most of
Yeah,
the year. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, people come. And the fireworks show. Oh my goodness, I'm wondering how it's gonna look with the fireworks show,
Yeah.
and like the projections. Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that till now.
Yep.
That's
Nope.
crazy.
I just trying to get my head around that, and I don't even have the words. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be quite interesting. We're looking at a couple weeks until this repaint starts uh, you know,
Up, yeah,
underway. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what Magic Kingdom's going to look like. I'm just going to leave it to Disney and have faith that I'm sure that they've thought these things through, for
sure,
their visitors in the park. And so we're just going to have to see. We're going to have to experience it. But it does change things for 2026. But
yeah.
that's okay. We've there's ride refurbishments and reopenings throughout the year as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're going to be losing some, you're going to be gaining some. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I know. I've missed it last year. It's reopening with some new elements. There's a complete track refurbishment and a little modernization there. So I'm just wondering if they're going to make this like less less rocky, right? A little more smoother maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know what they're doing with that track, but
Yeah. So are we gonna like have our chiropractor appointment every time we go, or are we gonna be able to
unlodge
have?
unlodge the kidney stone,
Yeah, exactly. I wonder what the new the new scientific thing is going to be behind this ride.
But what else is new is we're getting new lighting, new effects. There's going to be new scenes inspired by Disneyland's classic, right? The Rainbow Caverns. So
Right.
it's going to be visually richer, and I'm looking forward to this reopening. To be quite
Yeah,
honest.
me too. Honestly, it was one of my favorite rides to do in Walt Disney
Mm-hmm.
World. So
Sure.
I'm really excited that it's coming back. And I obviously I'm not going to go opening day because I know the lines will be crazy. But
Oh
am I
yes.
tempted? Yes,
Mm.
I am.
And I'm
Just-
sure we're going to be hearing feedback from other people before we get to experience it too,
exactly.
right? So I'm sure there's going to be a love hate relationship. Some might
Yeah.
like it, some might not like it. And so you could kind of, I like hearing, different perspectives before I go and write it, because then I could be like, okay, yeah, that I could see that, you get your own genuine love hate, right, to this new ride.
Right. Right. Exactly. So very excited to see what's coming as far as that ride is going to be
Yeah.
opening this year.
Yeah, yeah. And we're gonna roll with the tech refresh. Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin is
I'm
also
super,
getting a
yeah.
tech refresh.
Yeah, super excited for this one as well. Obviously, for those who are curious to be like, well, what can they do to update it? Well, the shooting is going to be updated, meaning like your
Yeah.
targets for there, you're going to have better opportunities to get a higher score to be that ultimate space ranger, to
Mm-hmm.
help defeat the Emperor Zurg. So they did release it on their Instagram, the Walt Disney World Imagineering, of how just they gave us a little sliver of like what is new with this ride.
Mm.
And for those Disney enthusiasts that know that there is a section of this ride where you're in a tunnel and you see a Zerg spaceship just like flying around back and forth. And that was really it. But now they update it where it's like you have Buzz Lightyear actively fighting Zerg in his spaceship. And you have all these targets that come around. So like they made it so you can just like be in the battle with Buzz against Zerg, which is super cool.
This Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin, it was in need of some updated screens, right?
Right.
And
It was.
I imagine Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin's gonna feel like a different ride.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have Carousel of Progress, that we're
Yeah.
gonna get some show enhancements there.
I'm excited to see the new Walt Disney World animatronics. From what we've seen, the videos that other parks have gotten the updated Walt Disney animatronics, they love it, and so I'm really
Yeah,
excited to see him coming to. He helped have a major hand in the Carousel project of Progress Walt Disney. He loved
yeah,
this attraction. Sadly, before he passed, he didn't get to see it. So having him a full circle come around and we get to have our beloved Walt Disney part of this
yeah.
ride, I'm super excited for it.
I like the Carousel of Progress. My husband will snooze. I'll sit there and watch and sing with the story. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. No,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely am looking forward to it. But I'm also looking forward to seeing the new Cars Land expansion behind Frontierland happen.
Yes, ma'am. Oh my goodness. So yes, I've always been jealous of Disneyland California for this reason. Okay. And now we're getting our own slice of the cake, guys. Cars Land expansion, right behind Frontierland. I am so stoked to see this. Unfortunately, it's going to be under construction, during 2026, during this year. There's no official opening date for it. But
Yeah.
yes, we can expect in the near future a Cars theme land, right? Inspired by Pixar's The Cars franchise. It We can expect two new attractions, right?
Yep.
Um, Potentially an off-road rally racer, which would be really fun.
Yes.
Potentially a family-friendly racer experience. Who knows? I'm looking forward to it, right?
Yeah.
This project is part of that Frontierland expansion, and it's going to be advancing fast, and you're going to see that throughout the entire 2026 as well.
Yeah. I'm really excited. For those who have been to the Disney park, if you are in Frontierland or Adventureland, you can actually see like when you're on Tiana's Bayou Adventure or around where Big Thunder Mountain is being worked on. You can see that Tom Sawyer Island is no longer an island anymore. It is completely gone. The waters are gone. Tom Sawyer Island is gone, and it just shows you that's like okay, this is definitely coming into fruition. They are building this wonderful land and no ride vehicles, no tracks have been laid yet. Nothing has been laid yet. So it's still a work in progress. We don't expect it to be up and running this year. Possibly next year, it will be up and running.
So major changes, construction walls in that area of the park around the whole thing is going to be an eyesore. So that's something else that you can expect.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and in the same area, we're gonna be
Yeah.
getting Villains Land. I thought you were
Yes.
gonna fill it in for
Oh,
me, but
sorry.
that's okay.
I was like, if he's gonna do a drum roll, like let's throw it on drum roll, please.
Basically, it was a
Yeah,
drum roll in my head. But yes,
I'm good.
yes.
I love it. Yeah, no, Villains Land. Honestly, I know thousands and thousands of people are looking forward to this. I am one of those thousands of people that are looking forward to this. My
Heck
husband is.
yes.
We are
Yes.
super stoked for this. Obviously mentioned in a previous video, they didn't touch much on it at D23 this past year, they only mentioned on the architect style that they're going to be doing, but just seeing that little glimpse gives you a little
Mhm.
bit of a
Mhm.
taste of what's coming. And
Oh
it
yeah.
honestly looks so majestic. It looks so cool. It like the way that their art style for architecture is
Yes.
coming through. Like we are super stoked to get this land. Obviously, we have no
Yes.
idea what villains will be mainly featured yet, um, because it's planned, but we don't have
Mhm.
a date sadly yet of when this will be,
Right.
opened or a season when it'll be open. We don't have any kind of time frame yet. So this is
Mm-mm.
still to be determined. But I am super, super stoked.
Oh, absolutely. This is a welcome change that I am thrilled to see. Currently, the infrastructure and early planning are still happening right now as we speak behind the scenes. Magic Kingdom's long rumored Villains Lands remains a multi layer project
Yeah.
that will follow Cars Land. So, this is going to be something that's definitely out there in the future, but dang, does it keep you excited to return and wait for this Villains Land to open? Totally. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they're going to pull off. But knowing the Imagineers, they're going to make something totally, maybe gothic, maybe
Yeah.
Victorian. It's going to be
Yeah.
cool. It's going to be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see it. Again, I want to know what villains will be
I
featured,
know.
but I can only, you know what, we should make a bracket. When it gets closer, we should make a little bracket or like, figure out like, okay, who's going to be featured, who's going to be a Roman
Yes.
character. We should make our
Yes.
predictions. We have to make a predictions video of what is
I
going to be coming.
I am definitely going to petition for Cruella. Cruella de Vil is hands down one of my favorite, just one of my favorites. So
Yeah.
much so, we do have a ball python that we named her Cruella. So
Aww.
I know my daughter and I we're obsessed with our snake Cruella, and we cannot wait for some Cruella de Vil merch. That would just be cool, because we have a Cruella. So I
Yeah.
look forward to it.
If I had to petition for a villain, I would say Yzma. And I will tell you
Yes.
why. From Emperor's New Groove,
Yeah.
everybody loves that. A lot of people love that movie. And Yzma is one of those beloved villains that we have. And even if I will take her as a Roman character. I will
Mhm.
take that. If I
Mhm.
had my say more so, and I would be like, can we get the roller coaster of her and Kronk going down to the laboratory?
Yes,
I would love
yes.
that too.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
get
Imagineers have to be thinking of these things.
they have to. They honestly have to. I'm just super excited for whatever's to come. But I'm curious. And now that we said it out loud, we will have to check back and see if
Yeah, when
Cruella is
updates
gonna
come. Mhm.
and Yzma. You gotta come back and
Yzma,
see.
she's funny. She's petite and she is sassy and
She
she is
is.
just fun. She's a fun villain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's got to be a
Um,
part of the crew.
I want to talk about really quick, just kind of like pitching, pivoting, excuse me, a little bit, is
Mhm.
uh, the lounges and the dining options that are new and, have been coming to Walt Disney World recently,
Yeah.
especially in Magic
Yeah.
Kingdom.
There's like a handful of different things coming there.
I know one
Um,
of them is the new Beacon Barrel. I know
Thank you.
yeah,
Yes.
that's the newest one. I'm super, I will say I got to go to it with my brother when it was newly opened. And when I tell you, it is such a cool experience. They really thought about every detail when they were putting this lounge together. It
Mhm.
is really, really, it's high demand. So keep that in mind. It is high demand. There are rules you have to follow, which is it's either you're there for 45 minutes or you're there for your two drinks, whatever comes first. If you've finished your two drinks with before the 45 minutes are up, thank you for coming. You got to go because it's
Mhm.
literally
Mhm.
it's such a high demand that they have to keep the tables, uh, rotating and everything. I totally get it, but the
Right.
immersiveness, it's not going to be as immersive as Trader Sam's Grotto. If you know, you know. But
Mhm.
there are really cool elements that, happen with the bar. They happen with, you know, art that is around the lounge. It is really, really cool. The drinks
Yeah.
are amazing. The food is great. I definitely recommend, and they have mocktail options, and they have,
Sure.
alcohol-free, drinks. So you and your kiddos can go and not feel like
Mhm.
it has to be an adults-only thing. Your whole family
Yeah.
can go and attend.
And I love when they do that with these updates. I love how they tailor things to adults, but they don't lose sight of the kids, right? So with mocktail options, my children, they're constantly asking for the virgin pina coladas, and well, Shirley Temple is virgin, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
They like to have their drinks, as well. And so there's no short of magic, even when you're in a lounge, tailored to adults. It's interactive for both, right? And the kids, they have an amazing time as well, right? And you can't thank Disney enough for that, for making it inclusive to the whole family.
right. Yeah, I really love this place. I will definitely go back. We have a trip planned with some of our friends, and they have not had the chance to experience it yet. And I'm like, we gotta go. There's nothing quite like, even though you've experienced it, because we get this question a lot. We get the question of, how do you still experience the magic, the joy, the
Oh,
wonder of Disney when you've
you
been
know,
so many times, right?
I love getting this. Cuz I every we all get it. We all get it.
We do.
Isn't Disney the same every time you go?
Right.
No, it's absolutely not. No,
Right.
I don't mean to jump on you here,
No,
Jill, but
no, you're saying what I'm thinking, which is totally true. Yeah, absolutely.
everybody has the same assumption. But quite literally, the opening video to our Wonderland Way, the intro video on YouTube, it goes into this, right? It shows you different things that happen when you go, and we've been several times, and every time you go, the magic is a little different. um
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be a little more calmer. Sometimes you got your holiday jive, right? And
Right.
sometimes you just have your days where you're like, when you dress up and the character experiences happen to be top notch, or there's also spontaneous things that occur throughout the parks constantly. So
Yeah.
it's fun to answer that question for people, because quite literally, you're going to the same park, but when you walk into those doors, those cast members, I'm sorry, gates, I should say gates. When you walk through
Yeah.
those gates at the parks,
Yeah.
those cast members do a phenomenal job. Whether it's a dining experience, your characters, your cast members do, when you ask people to take a picture of you and they do photo bombs, cast members do this left and right. It's constantly a different experience, even though the park hadn't changed or you're riding the same thing. No, no, it's the who you're with, the cast members, the magic is unbelievable, and I think you'll know what we're talking about when you experience it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not only that, like, yeah, it's like we're talking about, we're able to, and along with other Disney creators, we're able to have these hobbies, these jobs in order to cover Disney, because things are constantly changing. This episode is about things that are constantly changing. So we're
Right.
able to experience the joy, the magic of everything like it's everybody's first time. However, for those things that haven't changed, like for example, you go and you see it's a small world. That hasn't changed.
Mhm.
However, when you're in the boat and you're with either friends or family, or there happens to be a family by you and their little kid gets to experience the joy, or the adult that's like, wow, like with the fireworks show, Tinkerbell flew out of the castle.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
seeing their joy brings you joy. So
Yes.
like, at the end of the day, like, even though you may not feel it yourself, you will feel it, because there are people around you that are experiencing the park
Mhm.
for the very first time,
Yep.
and their joy definitely overflows
Yep.
around, and you get to benefit from it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It is without a doubt the happiest place on earth.
Yes,
And you are
absolutely.
going to feel that. And that, my friends, is Disney magic
Yeah,
all
exactly.
the way.
Yeah.
And so that, leaving that there, right? Your guest experience for this year, for 2026, it's going to be a little different though, right? So you're going to see again those temporary closures, construction walls are going to be noticeable. Mostly towards the end of the park, you've got the Frontierland back there, for those future projects under development. You've got classic favorites like, Tron Light Cycle Run, Tiana's
Hmm.
Bayou, Fantasyland attractions are going to continue to be major headliners. Expect your traffic. Crowd flows are going to shift a little bit this year, towards those newer refurbished rides like Big Thunder Mountain and Buzz Lightyear once they reopen. So your guest experience might be a little bit different. It's going to be shifty. But without a doubt, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's Magic Kingdom. You know what I mean? And of
Yeah.
course, seeing what that castle's going to look like and how it affects your fireworks shows at night. I don't know. That's left for us to see.
Yeah.
But that's going to change. So expect that to be a little different as well.
Yeah. So, with all those changes happening around Magic Kingdom, we are gonna first hop over into EPCOT to talk about the major attraction updates that are happening,
Mhm.
debuting in the year 2026. For
Mhm.
example, Soarin' Across America. Obviously, Soarin' is a beloved ride. People absolutely gravitate towards this ride when they go to
Oh, for
EPCOT.
sure.
But what we're talking about is a reimagined version of Soarin'. It's going
Mhm.
to, instead of around the world, it's going to be focused on the aerial tour of iconic United States landscapes and cities in the US because of the 250th anniversary celebration.
Mhm.
So you may be asking, when is it going to happen? Well, it will happen Memorial Day, summer 2026. So around late May, June, it
Yep.
will be able to experience those new film scenes across America with updated music and scents. So you'll be able to experience this classic Soarin' flight simulator thrills, but
Yep.
focused on the Americas.
Frozen Ever After. Okay. I
Yeah,
liked this ride. I think it did fairly well, but again, they're updating their audio animatronics. They're getting a quite literal Elsa Anna are getting a facelift, which is going to be cool.
right.
Yeah, so their updated faces and the technology, are getting updated, so they're moving away from that projection mapping. Which was fun. That you can expect to see actually coming up. Okay, it's there's a temporary closure and refurb right now, but it's expected to open up early 2026, right? And so once again, the ride's characters are gonna have newer animatronics, enhancing that realism, I think, and the connection to the Frozen films.
Yeah, because you could see it like back on my Instagram page at A Jillian Waves. You could see there's a video I took that shows that the faces of these animatronics now are could use some updating because there's like I make the
Yeah.
joke that their contour wasn't fully blended because it
Yes,
just
they're
their face is so bright and
yeah.
everything and doesn't match the rest of the animatronics. So
No.
I'm definitely looking forward to this irony, pun intended, this true facelift that they are
Yes.
bringing.
Mhm. Oh yeah, absolutely. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure as well. To see Remy as a 2D experience, to kind of fix that to improve the clarity, right? And that overall immersion when you're on that
Yeah,
ride.
yeah. I haven't been able to experience it yet with the updated 2D feature, but from what I've heard from people that go into the parks on a daily basis and they've been able to experience it, they say it's 100 times better. They absolutely love it.
Yeah. Hopefully we get to experience it. But that did open. It reopened late last year, and the 2D experience is fully in place for 2026 vacay
Exactly.
trips. Yep.
Yeah. And I love too in Epcot the new adult only Geo 82 rounds. We've me and my husband and some friends have been able to go to it. Um, we just happened to time it perfectly where we were able to see the fireworks that night
Mm-hmm.
from the lounge, and it is really nice. I will recommend it for like a girls' night out or date night, that kind of
Mm-hmm.
vibe. It or just to experience
Bridal
it. But
shower.
bridal shower, something like that.
That'd be so fun.
It is an upscale lounge. You get your eats, you get your drinks, but with it being upscaled, it is expensive. So keep that in mind if you want to have an elevated experience in the Disney parks, such as Epcot. You can with this lounge. However, just map it out if it's worth your bang for your buck. I personally love my um, old fashioned. It was delicious. We had a charcuterie board. It was great. And when we were done with some of the bread on our charcuterie board, but we still had meat and cheeses, they were like, "You want more bread?" And they didn't charge us for more bread. They just brought it out, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
they take care of you, but just keep that in mind when you're gonna go to try to do this lounge. It is an adults only experience, and it does have a price tag. So just keep that in
Yeah.
mind. It is open, but it's it's a new lounge that opened during last year. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and get your reservation. If you're planning
Oh, that's
something like
true.
a bridal shower, just make sure you grab that your spot because it's going to be hard to get in same day.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And so all of these things that are, shifting in Epcot, you can expect like your queue strategy is going to be changing. You have four headliner attractions that are running simultaneously through 2026, right? And that is going to significantly affect your guest flow and your crowd strategy. We haven't mentioned it, but the test track got updated. So you've got that had reopened.
Yeah,
There's Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
my
Um,
demanding ride. Yeah,
yep. You've got Remy's, and then you have your Frozen Ever After, with its refurb coming. So and with virtual queues no longer in use, standby lines and lightning lanes will determine crowd patterns for the year. This is big. This is
mm,
going to affect your trip to Epcot. So again, time and time again, plan in advance and know what your park day, what you want to do, what you want to hit, what the priorities are, because the park in Epcot for this year, it's going to feel different and it's going to feel maybe more chaotic, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Again, it's an expectation.
Yeah. And keep in mind too, again, we've mentioned it in previous episodes, but just keep in mind the festivals that will be happening throughout Epcot. Epcot always has a festival
Yeah.
going on. It's rare that they don't, it's like a week or two in between festivals, that you won't have one. But
Mhm.
so as this episode drops, it will be the day of the Festival of the Arts starts. And so it'll be, it starts in January. This year it's going to be dropping on January 16th. It will be opening day and it will go into late February. Then you have Flower and Garden, which happens from March or late February, just depending on the year, through June. You have the iconic Food and Wine Festival, which happens late August, sometimes mid July through mid to late November. And our, of course, the end of year Epcot International Festival of Holidays that runs from late November through late December. So just
Yeah.
keep this in mind when you're planning your trip, what you would like to experience. If there is a certain festival you would like to experience and you will need to plan your trip around that, keep that in mind too.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot going on at Epcot. There's a lot going
Yeah,
on there.
yeah. But
Um,
can I talk about my favorite thing that is going to be coming to Hollywood
okay.
Studios? Can
Okay.
we talk?
Can I guess? Can I
Yes,
guess?
yes, yes.
Because I have one, but I don't think it's the same as yours. Okay,
Okay,
I'm just gonna,
okay.
because I know you love your Muppets. So is it the
Uh-huh.
new retheming of Rock and Roller
Yes,
Coaster? Okay, it.
100%.
I knew it.
100%. Yes.
I know you, girl. I got you.
Yes. Yeah, no, I am super excited for this. I never understood why Aerosmith was there. I don't get why Aerosmith and Disney were together. There had to have been a reason. I just don't know. If you know it, let us
I'm
know. But
sure.
anyway,
There's probably a story there, but
Yeah, I'm very excited for this routine because A, I love our Muppets. They're beloved, they're close to my heart. Absolutely. But B, they are known to have tons of celebrity guests when it comes to the Muppet Show or their movies. They have tons of celebrity guests. So to me, it just opens the world like, yeah, they can play their music, with they have their own band, but at the end of the day, they can feature different artists on this roller coaster. So I am really excited for the world to be opened up instead of just one artist. You're going to have hopefully many artists that will be able to be featured on this ride.
yeah. Yeah, it opens the way for a lot of really cool things.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind when you are going. Currently, right now, the pre-show is closed down, which is just another waiting room before you get into the ride. However, it will be officially closed the whole ride on March 1st in 2026. And the updated ride will return later this year. So it's not going to be a long close. It's going to
Right.
be with the new storytelling, the characters, and the theming. So, like I said, instead of racing to an Aerosmith concert, you're going to be joining the Electric Mayhem Band in its wonderful, chaotic quest to reach their biggest Hollywood show while driving a wild Muppet style limo.
Mhm. This is going to be very, very cool. I look forward to this. Rockin' Aerosmith kind of felt out of place, and so we lost, the that 40 Muppet Theater, um, and so I'm so glad that they're just kind of relocating the Muppets, right?
Yeah. So I'm so glad we get to have them in the park
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But
Yeah.
let me guess yours. Is your thing that you're looking forward to the new um, ride sequence with Smuggler's Run, or am I off with that?
Okay. Well, so that was number 2. That's a number
That's
2
number
pick.
two.
Yeah,
Okay.
mine. So we're gonna get to it, but mine is a new land. So I'll let you guess that land when we get there.
Okay.
But
Sounds good.
yeah. So you're talking of Smuggler's Run? There's gonna be a new mission there.
Correct.
And it features the Mandalorian and Grogu, which is
Hmm.
so cute. I am okay. My family, we're Mandalorian people.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we have baby Grogu everywhere. And so I actually can't wait to see this one. It's confirmed that May 22nd, 2026, okay, will be the launch of the new mission content. So,
Mm.
you're going to be seeing a new fresh storyline that is tied to the Mandalorian and Grogu. Actually launching the same day that the new Mando themed film hits theaters.
Which is
So,
so cool.
yeah, right. Isn't it awesome how Disney does stuff like this?
It's like they know what they're doing.
Yeah, of course. So, guests will have new interactive options and locations to explore with the crew, right? And this content does focus on more immersive engagement with the iconic Star Wars lore. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be it refreshes one of Galaxy's Edge marquee rides with this updated narrative tied to the film. So I'm sure I speak on behalf of the entire Star Wars fan base. We're
Yeah.
all looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this is one of my husband's favorite rides, and I
Uh-huh.
he when he heard that this was happening, he was really excited. So
Giddy,
we're
right?
definitely looking. Yes, very giddy.
Yeah, so were we. We were pretty giddy over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so but moving on, here is what I can't wait to see. It's going to take
Okay.
some time. I can't wait to see the animation courtyard transformation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really exciting. That's coming.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
super excited.
Yeah, I'm an animation bluff. I mean, I studied film, right, and video production in college. So this area is going to take on that inspiration from the actual Walt Disney Studios lot in Burbank.
Hmm.
And this land, it's going to be given a unique behind the scenes feel. So
Yeah.
I am so jazzed about this area. The what essentially what's happening is they're replacing the Star Wars launch bay,
Right.
which I can understand. I agree that area is very dead. It's very still. Other than your Disney Junior Play and Dance area, and you've got a big area, all the characters in the courtyard there, like that brought in most of your traffic, but the
Right.
launch bay, you did have your characters inside, but overall, it was pretty much, there wasn't much going on there. It wasn't nice, I will say. I enjoyed the indoor area of the launch bay. Again, it was nice to get out of that Florida sun. But if I had to pick keeping the launch bay or updating it to this, behind the scenes animation feel from Burbank, I'm going with that.
Yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
I totally agree. And I will say, it just makes more sense now that the launch pay is gone. They have the meet and greet, but in Disney Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, like that you can meet Darth Vader, you can meet Chewbacca. Like it just makes sense that they're there in order for
Mhm.
you to meet them. So it's just
Yeah.
like it just they're readjusting it in order for the park to flow better. And I
Sure.
hope that in the animation courtyard we get the what they have over in Disney California Adventure and Disneyland, where you can learn how to draw different characters. So, like they have in Disneyland, they have the different time slots where you can come back and you can draw different characters throughout the day.
Mhm.
So, I hope that
Yes.
we get something like that because that would be really cool.
Yes. Yeah. I do know what I understand is the Walt Disney Studios lot is going to be a more cohesive, interactive, shaded area, that space, celebrating Disney's animation legacy. So, um, there's a couple key things that are coming in. There's going to be obviously that new centerpiece that we've all seen in the 3D renderings, right? That interactive experience there. It's going to be called Once Upon a Studio. You've got an outdoor courtyard with play and relaxed zones. So I'm curious to see what this is going to feel like. It's supposed to be landscaped spaces, inspired by studio backlots, where you can have picnics, relax, and interact with characters. So we haven't lost
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
They're,
So it's super excited for that to even come too. Like it's
yeah,
like the backlot feel vibe.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. We lost that with the backlot tour. You remember that
yeah.
ride once upon a year ago?
When they would actively film things in MGM
Yes.
Studios. Now it's Hollywood Studios, but
That,
so yeah, I miss that too.
yeah, it shaped my childhood. I loved stuff like that?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited. That's a good one. That's a really good pick, Bree. I really like that.
Yeah.
As your number
Yeah, I
one.
think so. I think so. It's gonna be really cool. They got a playground, play area inspired by Alice in Wonderland that's coming. So there's a lot of really fun, cool gems to expect when they start. I understand it's a phased reopening, but that will begin this summer. So summer 2026, we're gonna be getting some of that courtyard.
Yeah,
Um, and so with it is that Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Club Live. They're updating that as well. It's set to open summer 2026, right? With the updated animation area we just talked about. It's getting a facelift and it features your Disney favorite characters. You've got Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Daisy, and Pluto. So we're going back to the classics.
yeah,
Um, and it's a fun show, right? Where you sing, dance. There's audience participation designed for those younger guests and families. And my kids grew up with that. And let me tell you, it's a highlight even for parents. Just gonna put it
yeah,
down.
yeah. And because it's a nice break for the parents to like go and get AC, but the kids can go and enjoy this show. Like I totally
Exactly.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, Jill, you've got
Yes.
to be looking forward to this one. This is a new land as well. Okay, a drum
Hmm.
roll. Are you picking up
Yeah.
what I'm putting down?
Yes, yes. Monstropolis, everyone.
There
We are
you go.
we are talking about Monstropolis. Monsters Inc. is, I will say, one of my favorite Disney Pixar films of all time, and I am super excited for this land to be coming. It is going to you start to see construction happening for sure right now, and it's
Mhm,
going to
mhm.
be happening throughout the year 2026. We do not have an opening date for Monstropolis yet, but we can know what is coming for Monsters Inc. Monstropolis. You're going to have a suspended roller coaster, one of the first ones on Disney
Yeah.
property to be happening. a suspended roller coaster throughout iconic door sequences that scenes inspired by the film's doors transport system. People have been talking about wanting a
Yep.
ride like this for years,
Mm-hmm.
and Disney listened. It is
Yep.
going to be happening. And of course,
And
it, go
they
ahead.
certainly whet your palate with the 3D renderings of what you can expect on this ride too.
Yes, absolutely. And I was going to talk about too their artist renderings that they've been showing with this land. You can get actual sneak peeks of what is to become to becoming, and you didn't have that verbal confirmation, but they are showing you what is coming. For example,
Yeah,
you're going to get some new restaurants, shops, and wonderful immersive environments with the characters Mike and Sully. So we are
yeah,
looking forward to this. We do not have an opening date yet, but it is definitely underway. The construction is definitely happening over where Muppet
exactly.
Courtyard used to be.
And so 2026, we could go on. We could go on and on. But
Yeah,
2026 is definitely a crucial year for Walt Disney World. So many things are changing, and lots of reconstruction, lots of new theming coming. I am thrilled to see it. Um, it changes your year for 2026, but guys, you know how fast our year is going to go? Time
yeah,
flies. And
yeah,
so 2027 is going to bring so much more life to these Disney parks. And I think that's key. I think we just need to hold on to that. So let's get through 2026. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
going to feel a little different. Okay. And let's just kind of recap what we talked about, right? Beginning 2026, we know um, you've got what's opening is we've got the Walt Disney Studios Lot and Magic, right? Disney Animation
Hmm.
coming.
Hmm.
The Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Clubhouse show. Rock and Roller Muppets re-theme is coming. We can expect that this year. We also have Soarin' Across America and
Yep.
the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin refresh.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
good treats right there. Lots of good treats.
Yeah. Very
What's
wonderful things to look forward to this year.
exactly? Yeah, there's pros and cons to all of it, right?
Yes.
Here's a couple cons. Your construction you're going to be seeing now and later. It's going to carry through the year. You've got your Monsters Inc. land and Hollywood Studios, Tropical Americas in Animal Kingdom, as well as the Indiana Jones edition there. Cars Land in Magic Kingdom is where is your villains land. Okay, so all of those you're going to see and hear that construction. But it's
Yeah.
okay. Here's the big takeaway for
Hmm.
guests visiting Walt Disney World in 2026. Across all four parks, okay, visitors can expect reimagine and upgraded attractions. All right, we already broke those down, right? You still have a handful of attractions that are getting facelift, and we all look forward to those. You will have major closures, construction zones, and especially in areas that are being prepared for those future lands. You do have new lounges. Some have opened, some are coming. Okay. And these experiences do add depth to places that tend to slow down. Okay. So your park feel might be different depending on when you visit. Okay. Early versus late 2026, right? You're going to notice it's going to feel different. Your crowd shifts are going to be a little different. There are a handful of perks, though, to take advantage of, especially during the summer. Summer 2026 is a big deal for Walt Disney World. If there's any time to visit, I think I would probably recommend all the perks that are going on for summer. You have Cool Kids Summer returns, first of all, to Florida. The dates for Cool Kids Summer celebration begins May 26th and runs until September 8th. And real quick, what do those perks look like? You can expect to see both water parks, Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach, will be open same day. Okay, at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Which is
That's
rare for Disney to have,
oh
right?
yeah. They gave us that last year and it was the best. So
Yeah.
I love that this is returning this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
Mhm.
I'm really excited for the options you can have. You're not stuck just to
Yeah.
stick with one water park. You can
Yeah.
go to both, or you can go to your favorite, and you don't have to worry that your favorite's going to be closed.
Exactly. Exactly. And they're bringing back the same perk for the summer. You get that free water park admission on your check-in day when you're staying on
Which is
Disney property.
awesome. Awesome
Pretty
sauce.
freaking sweet deal. Yeah, absolutely. Also for the summer, the longer that you stay, you earn more rooms. So there's 2
Oh,
free room, yep, options that you can add to your booking as well. Character
I love this because
experiences.
it's literally like girl math. We talk about
Right.
girl math,
Yes,
right? It's
yes.
like, okay, take a 4 night stay. I can get 2 nights free. Hello,
Yup.
I'm getting paid to go on this trip. I gotta go. I just gotta
Yeah,
go. It's fine.
that's right. And we just drag the husbands along,
There
no
you go.
problem. No problem. Yeah, I love girl math. Okay, but also, so talking about these select resorts, you there are character experiences that are coming to select resorts. So I
Yeah,
do know that Pop Century, Art of Animation, which is pretty fitting, Caribbean Beach, and Port Orleans are on that list. So,
yeah,
so you can expect to see scheduled characters during the summer, which is so cool. Also, with your resort stay, you get into the parks 30 minutes early.
yeah.
Okay. So Walt Disney World is adding a little extra special to that perk. Okay. That perk has been around a while. When for the summer, when you go 30 minutes early into the parks, select characters will be out during that early theme park entry.
Which I think is awesome. I think that's so
Guys,
awesome.
totally. So there's so much opportunity to get in those meet and greets. And I am all about the characters. Okay, I'm all about them.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Disney is finally allowing that COVID era to go extinct, right?
yeah.
And they're opening up these character experiences. They're bringing them back. They're adding more. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see these characters making an appearance again. And so we're going to ride on this character train a little bit more. There's yet another announcement for Disney's Cool Kids Summer. Okay. I am so excited for this one as well. I say that every single announcement. It's like
They make it exciting, so how can we not be excited for it?
I'm I'm telling you, it's not just for kids, man. Guys, Disney's for adults as well.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not ashamed.
yep. Same
Um,
here. Same here. We get to, everybody has their things that bring them enjoyment and happiness, and this is just ours. So if you're
yeah,
here listening, you understand. You get it. You
right.
understand why we're so hyped about these things
Yep.
coming.
My heart is all in, all in. But I want to mention Toy Story Pals are coming to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think that's so
so
cool.
right, right. So it's Jesse's Roundup starring characters like Woody, Jesse, some other friends, and it's going to be taking place at the Diamond Horseshoe in Magic Kingdom, right there at Liberty Square.
Yeah, that makes sense that it's going to be right there.
Yeah,
That's perfectly themed for it.
right, right. So, see, even though you've got like your constructions all over the place, you still have these beautiful gems that are being added behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
They're really thinking of the details, and some things we're just like so like, I hate to use the analogy of we have our blinders on because we're so like wanting one thing or looking forward to one thing that's coming. But they really are thinking of everything. That's like it's like these
yeah.
characters that are coming
Mm-hmm.
into the park. We may not have thought of that, but they've thought of it. And so I'm really excited that they're really thinking of everything for everybody to enjoy their own thing, whether it's character meet and greets or new rides,
Yeah.
new food. Like they're really thinking of everybody that comes to Walt Disney World.
Yeah. Jazzing things up a bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so those dates for the Toy Story Pals, Jesse's Roundup, those dates are running uh through May 26th through September 8th of this year. And again, that's part of the Cool Kids Summer celebration. So,
Right.
this is why I suggest making sure. I know summer's hot, but you can do it in a smart way. You know what I mean? You can vacation in summer and still have a good time. But Jesse's Roundup, man, it's set to feature like energetic fun, crafting, and dancing. It's literally not just a regular meet and greet. So it's quite the event that is shaping up, and these character experiences are quite literally hitting a whole new level. And I'm so excited for families that get to enjoy.
Yeah, same here. It's really nice that they are thinking of having the Toy Story Pals, or they are doing it. They're having it come. I think that it's like, why didn't I think of that? That is so cool.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And for 2026, there's also the free dining plan. Let's not forget that for children.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Right. Huge, huge. It's offered with a paid adult dining plan. And so, yeah, that's a huge money saver there for your trip. So let's not forget that.
Which, when you're at Disney, you got to count your pennies for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, Jill, these mentions were literally just the tip of the iceberg.
They were.
When it comes to Disney, there's so much more evolving. Not even in the parks, right? There's the entertainment world too.
Yeah. No, I'm really happy that they are bringing many new developments to the Walt Disney World Resort Park here in Orlando, Florida. And just keep staying in tune with us. That way we can keep you updated with new developments. Like when they announce opening dates, we will be there to help you get the news as quickly as it comes out. At the end of the day, you could choose any podcast to listen to, any Disney entertainment, but we appreciate you listening to us, taking the time out of your day to trust us into bringing you Disney news, Disney entertainment, and what is happening here at Walt Disney World Park. So thank you so much again for tuning into What's Up Wonderland. And as me and Bree are super appreciative of you. So thanks for being our wonderful fans.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a perfect closing. And stay tuned for next month. We will chat more on your What's Up Wonderland podcast.